This week's episode brought to you by virtualtournaments.com.
Live in your world, bowl in ours.
Hello and welcome to Talk Bowling, episode number 18 on twitter.com/John Congdon.
And twitter.com/BHalstrom. Talk Bowling is proud to be bringing you the latest information from the bowling industry, bowling tips and updates on the largest bowling internet website, bowlingball.com.
Sweet.
As you can see, today we're missing one person, short one man. Tony's out.
Sick.
Yeah, hopefully he feels better. He's been out the last few days.
Few days. 2 days.
2 days, few days. Same thing.
Works for me. What do we got going on today?
Today we're going to be talking about revolutions, how to find your rev rate on your bowling ball, speed, how you can calculate that, and we're going to touch on cats.
There we go. Had a couple questions. People asking, how do I find my rev rate? How do I calculate my speed?
Right.
The most accurate way is going to be use a CAT system, computer-aided
tracking system.
Used for bowling.
Right.
Some bowling centers have them. Sometimes it's hard to find. Not everywhere carries that system.
Right.
You find a lot in Kegel.
Kegel.
I like thinking Kegel muscles. Should
Wait
buy
a
it. But that's going to be the most accurate. A lot of scoring systems have a speedometer. No. Radar.
Yeah.
That will tell you your speed on the screen. Not every center has it. So if you don't have any way of finding it automatically, there's a simple calculation you can do. Have a buddy stand at the back and with a stopwatch. Measure the amount of time from the foul line to the head pin. Better bet would be to have a camera behind you where you can slow motion it or at least get a start and end point. I don't know how much time it takes from the foul line to the head pin, and the calculation is 41.14 divided by the number of seconds it takes to get to the head pin.
Gotcha.
And it'll be close. It's not going to be 100% accurate because this is dealing with 60 feet from the foul line to the head pin. Hook it like you.
Yeah.
You're going to go a little further than 60 feet.
Right.
But it's still going to be very close.
And the ball speed is going to vary depending on what kind of lane you bowl on. Whether you bowl on a synthetic lane, a wood lane, how much oil, or more friction on the lane. If your bowling ball is traveling across a lane that has a lot of friction, it's going to slow down.
Right.
So in this case, the ball speed is going to be slower when you're comparing it to a lane that's been freshly oiled. It's going to be sliding down the lane a little faster, less friction.
Yeah, so this is really just to give you an idea of approximately where you're at, because those are going to affect it, but not by miles per hour. You're not going to go from 18 to 15.
Sure.
It shouldn't be that drastic.
Not, unless there's a pothole in the lane.
And then your revolutions per minute. People love seeing crankers. They love finding out where they're at.
Right.
Simple calculation for that is, again, best bet, actually the only way is going to be with a camera. You're going to want a piece of tape from your positive access point. Go back to episode 15, about the positive access point. Place a piece of tape from that point, and I've read from there to above your fingers.
Right.
Some video we may be showing in here is from
the center of grip.
From the center of grip. It doesn't really matter. From the positive access point out, it should be good enough to get you what you need.
Yeah, you should be able to see it very clearly.
Right. So from your positive access point out, videotape yourself, and what you want to do is, again, from the foul line, count how many times the ball, that piece of tape does a complete circle.
Right.
Be as accurate as you can. If you are able to use any sort of video editing software, you can actually count the number of frames. I did it with Brian's yesterday, and I did it by counting how long it took, how many frames it took for your tape to go 2 complete revolutions.
Okay.
Happened to be 10 frames. I know that our camera films at 30 frames per second, so that's a third of a second.
Gotcha.
So take the number of revolutions divided by the number of seconds that you measured that in and multiply that by 60.
So what did I end up at? It was right around 400, right?
Right around 400.
So rev rate was right around 400 and ball speed was right around 18?
Right.
Okay.
So
useful.
For Brian's, I did 2 revolutions in 1/3 of a second. So 2 divided by 0.333 times 60, you're right at 400. We're gonna try and shoot some more video with trying that different position, see above the fingers.
Right.
And I'm gonna try different settings on our camera because the setting I used, it's really blurry.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try and change the frame rate or something, exposure.
I didn't know there was so much math involved in bowling. I knew there was that much.
Well, why is this important? Why is it important to know your rev rate and your speed?
Well, it's very important to know your rev rate and your speed because you want to match up to the lane condition the best that you can. If you want to throw a ball that hooks the whole lane, then it may or may not be the best idea because your game is going to be the most important. If you want to throw the ball at a certain mile per hour and you can only throw the ball so fast, you're going to want to match up your speed to your rev rate. So say you throw the ball a little bit slower than normal, and that's your game. That's what you do. You don't want to try and put too many revolutions on the ball because that's going to cause the ball to hook too early. That's really not going to benefit your game. So the best thing to do is just try and match up your ball speed with your rev rate. A ball too fast and not enough revs, it's going to go straighter down the lane, may not have as much pin action. A ball too many revs, too slow, is going to hook too much. So you want to find that happy medium that fits your game. Don't try to hook the ball too much if you throw the ball too slow, so on and so forth.
There's a chart that I'll put in the show notes. It's kind of standard. It's what people have found through testing.
Right.
So we'll put that up.
Yeah. And just because you have more revs than the bowler below you doesn't mean you're going to be any better or worse. It's just a matter of matching up to your game.
So find your game. Kind of what last episode was about.
Yeah.
Bowl within your style.
Exactly.
Don't try and be something you're not.
Yeah.
I want to take a second to thank virtualtournaments.com for sponsoring this episode.
Thank you.
Virtual Tournaments, we'll show their commercial again.
All right.
Great website. You've got to check it out. If you haven't tried it, they are continuing through the summer. I talked to Scott. He's taking a couple weeks off.
Okay.
Just during the summer, but he still runs them almost year round.
Right.
A lot of fun. Try it out.
Good stuff. All right, well, we get to the question of the week from last week. I'd like to thank all you viewers. Oh, wait a minute.
We didn't have
any answers to the question of the week last week, so that can either mean one thing or two.
Two. I think we came up with two.
Yeah. Either you didn't know the answer to the question of the week, or you just didn't feel like answering, so that's okay.
So we want to know, do you like this segment? Do you like these little questions of the week? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Leave comments on Top Bowling. Let us know what you like, what you want us to do on this show.
Right.
Because we're doing this for you.
Yeah. I'll throw out the answer to last week's question. The question was, how many pins does your ball hit in a perfect strike if you're right-handed? It only hits 4. And it's going to take out the 1, 3, 5, and 9. If you're left-handed, the ball is going to only hit the 1, 2, 5, and 8. Those are perfect strikes.
Right.
Okay.
And the pins should take out. Those pins should take out the rest.
Those pins should take out their corresponding pins that they're supposed to take out. Alright, I think that's all.
I got that one right.
You did. Good
Believe it
job.
or not.
Huh.
Believe it or not. Probably been watching all our videos. Gotta watch the path of the ball going in. You have the question for this week?
Question for this week? The question is, do you guys want us to keep asking these questions every week?
Oh, I didn't know that. Thought you had.
Nope.
Oops. Alright, well, this is a simple one because it's an opinion question. You can't get it wrong.
That's right.
So there's no reason not to go to topbowling.com, episode number 18, leave a comment, let us know what you like, please.
There you go. Look forward to hearing your responses.
Again, if you didn't get these formulas for your speed or your rev rate, again, I'm going to post those in the show notes on Top Bowling. We've had a lot of new users on Twitter.
Right.
They've been following us.
Right.
Love it. If you want us to mention you on the show, let us know. Just send us a tweet, and we don't mind doing that at all.
Not a bit.
But Thank you very much. Enjoyed it.
Thank you guys.
Looking very twinish.
I know. We mash.
Gotta stop doing this on Thursdays.
Huh? Yeah.
I thought you had a question.
It's not.
Surprise!
People like surprises, right?